guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my September mid-month wrap-up. These are all the books that I read from the 1st to the 15th. I read 12 books in total, which isn't bad. I usually read around 12 to 15 books. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so first book that I read in the month of September was Fall by Claire Kent. So this is the third book in the whole series by Claire Kent. This is the series that takes place off planet, where there's multiple planets and multiple creatures and rules and different kind of dystopian world or whatever. Fall, I gave 4 stars. I really liked this one. I think I'm finding that I like romances that are like survival, and there's this language barrier between the hero and the heroine. So let me backtrack. This book is about our heroine. I can't remember their names for the life of me. This is the first book I read in September, and it is already September 19th, so it's been a minute. But our main character, the heroine, she gets stranded on this planet, very forest-like. There's no civilization. It's very much like strongest will survive type of vibe going on. And she gets stranded on this planet because she got caught doing illegal activities, and this is one of the planets that they drop off these smugglers slash like con people or whatever. While she's on this planet, she runs into like this bad like caveman, and he is about to like rape her, and there's this other tribe who comes in and saves her, and the hero is amongst these 3 men that come and save her, and they're gonna leave her there even though they already saved her. But then she proves to them that she has something to offer. She's like, I have these berries, I know that you can eat these berries, so like look. And like there's obviously a language barrier, they can't like really communicate that well. Then they take her back to their tribe, to their home area, and this is where she finds another, I mean they're all human, but she finds another guy that was left there by the ruling people. Wow, I'm doing such a horrible job. I probably should have read the synopsis all over again. Where he can actually speak to her in English, and then he teaches her the ways of the tribe and explains like the whole hierarchy. And this is where she meets the hero, and they end up falling in love, and she chooses the mate, or the females are the ones that have to let the males know that they are interested, and then the male will choose who he wants, and then therefore you are provided for food, shelter, water, warmth, stuff like that. So this is their love story, and it was super cute. I loved it. Even though the language barrier, you just could tell that they could communicate, and the hero is so protective and he's so sweet, and I feel like he is so wrapped up in the heroine, and it's just so good. If this sounds like something that you would like, I mean it is also a novella, it's not that long. Definitely go ahead and read it. I give it 4 stars. I loved it. Next book that I read was Eyes on Me by Sara. This is the second book in the Salacious Players Club series, and I gave this book 4.5 stars, rounded it up to a 5 on Goodreads. This was really good. This is step siblings romance, very forbidden. She is a cam girl, so she's an exhibitionist, and our hero is a voyeur. This has hidden identity. He finds her on a cam girl website without meaning to, and then he ends up messaging her and asking for private video, but he never shows his face, and when he talks he like changes it a little bit. I mean, this part where he changes his voice, I'm like, girl, how could you not know? But anyways, it works. It was so hot, so good, very forbidden. There was tension. There was kind of this element of unrequited love, because the heroine has always loved the hero, but the hero had never seen her like that. Also, trigger warnings for mental health, depression, and just the hero just loves her, but he is having a hard time being able to love her and being able to come out with his secret. And you know, it's so good. If this sounds like it's up your alley, definitely read it. I was shook. I loved it way more than praise. 4.5 stars. I can't remember why I didn't give it 5 stars. There must have been something that I was like, I don't know if it's 5 stars, but it was 4.5 stars. Oh, I think it might have been the hidden identity thing that I wasn't very much vibing with. I was just like, just tell her, you know? But it is what it is. I gave it 4.5 stars and 5 on Goodreads. Next book that I read was Broken Whispers by Neva Altaj. This is the second book in her Mafia novella series, and this is very good. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 3 stars, or maybe like a 3.54. Let me check. I cannot remember, girl. I really cannot. But I remember liking it. I might have not liked a little bit of it. I think I gave it 3 stars, to be honest. I cannot tell ya. Oh no, girl, I gave it 4 stars. That's how you know I liked it. Though this is about our heroine who is set to be in an arranged marriage with our hero, who is very scarred, very insecure in the way that he looks. Not like insecure where it hinders him, but insecure in the way that he knows what he looks like, and he knows that women are scared of him, and when they look at him, they are scared. So he is scared to have our heroine become his wife because, you know, of the way that he looks. But he had been stalking her, watching her for a while. She is a ballerina, and she had to quit being a ballerina while she was the best rather than when she wasn't at her best, because she got into an accident and she was having pain. She can't speak. She does sign language, and she's not that advanced in sign language, but because the people around her, her family, don't speak it as well as her, so she only is able to do sign language with her sister. But she gets set up into this arranged marriage to join the mafias. I think it was the Russian and the Italians. And this is a love story. She is mute, but she can speak, but it hurts her when she speaks, so she doesn't, but she sometimes speaks to our hero. This was very cute. It is single dad. I did not know that. The hero has a little girl, and I think she was depicted very well. She's not in it that much, but it's overall a great romance. Super sweet, possessive alpha hero. What more could you want? This is so good. I can't wait for the 3rd book. It comes out, I think, the 22nd of September, here soon, and this is about Sergey, which will meet in this book. So definitely catch up if you haven't, because this is a good series. Next, I read another novella, Dared by My Roommate by Cassie Mint. I literally have like 3 or 2 more novellas by Cassie Mint until I'm caught up. So this was one of them. I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable for what it was. I thought it was very cute. I don't really know how much more I could say about this. The heroine gets left by her other roommate, who was very, very unreliable and basically like stole money from her and stole her microwave. She makes this ad for a roommate, which our hero sees, and he applies. The ad is kind of iffy and funny because she wrote this ad, posted this ad while she was drunk. And then the hero pulls up and, you know, instant love, instant lust, pining as fuck. You know how Cassie Mint does it. 3 stars. It was very cute. Next, I read the Wolf Hotel series by K.A. Tucker. I will be linking the Wolf Hotel reading vlog up in the cards for you guys to watch if you haven't already. It's a long one, kind of ranty, but you know what? The series was worth it. So if you want to see my more in-depth thoughts, I will link it up top and down below in the description box. So I gave Tempt Me 4 stars. I loved it. So good. Henry and Abby. I mean, Henry has my heart. Abby, I like her. She's cool. Break Me, gave it 3 stars. Teach Me, gave it 3 stars. Y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel about that if you watch the vlog. Then I read Surrender to Me, and I give that one 4 stars. The last book was what I wanted the 3rd book to be. The last book was just chef's kiss. I really liked it. I think I couldn't give any of these books 5 stars because I just wish it was formatted differently, but I'm not gonna get into it because I could go on a rant. So that's all I'm gonna say for those books. Check out the reading vlog. Next, I wanted something quick, something smutty, and I decided to pick up The Hunter by Jenika Snow. I don't know when this came out, but I think it came out recently. That's why I had picked it up, because I had seen somebody talking about it and I was like, oh, it's out already, and I know it's on KU, so I picked it up. It was good for what it was. It's a monster romance. The hero is literally like a werewolf, and it's a Little Red Riding Hood. I feel like that's wrong, but anyways, moving on. Retelling, smutty. If you're into it, so then you're into it. I think I gave it, I'm pretty sure I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable for what it was. There was just a lot of kinks in here, okay? There was a lot of, it was just a smutty good old time. That's what it was. That's really what it was. Next book that I read was Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I finally read this book. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I had to dock a whole star for the 3rd act breakup because I thought it was very immature, very childish. Knox literally needed to be knocked the fuck out. That's all I'm saying. Grumpy Sunshine for sure. Knox is a total grump, and I think he stays like a grump throughout the book, but obviously has a soft spot for Naomi. Naomi is a perfectionist. She is a caregiver. She takes care of everyone and everything around her. I loved her. I loved her personality. I loved that she liked to make lists because I love to make lists, so I got her on that. I loved that she took on the responsibility of her niece. Small town romance, cozy vibes. It gave very cozy vibes. I know the cover is kind of summery, but it's very cozy, small town. I liked the found family. I loved the family aspect. I can't wait for the next book in the series. There's a couple of relationships that we saw in there that I'm excited for. Yeah, I just overall thoroughly enjoyed this book. I just wish that the 3rd act breakup was different and handled differently. Yes, Knox, I'm looking at you. But anyways, 4 stars. I loved it. Next, I read another novella by Cassie Mint. This is Dirty Rocker. Again, this was good for what it was. Our heroine finally finds out her biological father, and he ends up being a well-known rock star. And our hero is said dad rock star's best friend and bandmate. Age gap, smutty, steamy, and yeah, a smutty good old time. That's what Cassie Mint gives you. It was really good, super sweet, pining, all of that. The only physical book that I read this month was Archer's Voice. This one took me a while to finish. I started this on like the 24th of August and finished it like not that long ago. I can't remember when I finished it, but I started this a minute ago and I just didn't pick it up after a while, but then I picked it up and I finished it and I loved it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. Archer just needs to be protected at all costs. Like, he's just a gem and he's just a sweet boy. If you love small town, sweet boys, virgin hero, sign language, communication, just a sweetness, just sweet boys. Like, that's all I can think. Archer is just perfect. I also liked the way that they handled like the 3rd act breakup. I loved the drama, the plot. I thought it was very enjoyable. It was just crazy, like the things that Archer went through, the trauma, the damage, the way that he grew up. It was just heart-wrenching, but overall there's an HEA and he definitely deserves it, and Bree is just his person and it's just instant connection, definitely soulmates. I loved this book. It was so good. I can't recommend it enough. As you can see by my tabs, I was tabbing a lot. Blue is Archer. You get dual POV, which I absolutely loved. I love to be in Archer's head, and it was surprisingly spicier than I thought it was gonna be. As you can see, I also tabbed these spicy scenes up here. I just thought it was so good, and I thought the spicy scenes were done great. I loved every minute of it, even though I paused in the middle of the book and didn't pick it up, and I didn't pick it back up for like 2 weeks. Great. I loved it. I just wish that I would have picked this book up on a day that I could have spent all day reading, but that wasn't the case. But overall, 5 stars. This is definitely worth the hype. I understand now. If you love sweet boys, this one's for you. I love them as well, but they don't top my alpha heroes. But I think it was amazing, and Mia Sheridan's writing was absolutely amazing as well, especially for it being my first Mia Sheridan book. I loved her writing, and I can't say any more good things about this book. You guys probably have heard so many things already. 5 stars for me. And those are all the books that I read in the first half of September. Let me know what your top book in September is so far down below in the comments. I would love to know. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.